Okay, so now with this done, we need to work on the layouts, right? So what you need to do is, do yarn so that it keeps installing all the packages on dependencies, and in the meantime, let us handle the um, layout of it. So we are here. What we will do is create a meta data div, and in that we will have some bit of you know um, information about the event. So right now let's keep the description in a p tag, and then we'll have a strong which says start date, and let's print the start date. Similarly, end date. Okay, and let's have a break tag in between to have some space, and then inside the strong tag we have the creator relationship, right? So why don't we add that as well? So upcoming event creator name, so this will give me the username. And now what we will do is copy this, um, or rather, why don't we copy this entire thing, this div, this row. Okay, make a duplicate out of it. Past events, so we say past events, not a past event, and then just replace all the instances. All right, so going to Chrome, we have upcoming events. There are no past events, so if we need to do a check right now, right? So let's say, or rather for now we'll no, we have to do it here itself. So at the rate if count dollar past events equals 0, else, and if okay, no past events, and we should have this block of code in here. Let's align everything, and yeah, so that's okay. It should not be h1. I think I need to put something else. This is h3, so why don't we do an h3 here as well? Okay, so we could have done this as well, but I'm assuming that there will be events every time, and just to make sure that our thing is working, what we can do is let's make this 5, and this is 5. So scroll down, and we have at least one event in the past event category. Okay, and I have yarn installed. So now let's come here. We'll do inside our HTML link. Okay, mix CSS app.css, and with that in place, I think if I do npm run watch, okay, so yeah, it is there. And now hit the Chrome, and we have our page looking much better than what was there previously. And the only few things which I will change quickly, a little bit of SCSS, not very important, but yeah, I would like you to be aware what are the things which I'm doing right now. But yeah, later on I will continue to add these stylings, but may not include that in the video. So what I do is I have my custom classes, and this I'll create a loop. okay, at the rate 4, and let's say $I from 1 through 10. Okay, so we'll have one thing which is margin, so it's a class, so margin bottom. We'll create some dynamic classes, so margin bottom hash, how was it, inside a bracket, $I into 10. Okay, so 1 will be 10 pixels, 2 will be 20 pixels, like so, and then margin bottom, and we copy this and then pixels. Okay, what happened? Oh, I forgot this. Yeah, now it should compile. Yes, it does. So this is margin bottom, then we should have one top, left, right. Okay, and I'll need one padding as well, so let's see. So this is like that, so top, top, left, left, right, and I need some padding right now. I could have done all of them for padding as well, but that you get the point, right? So I'm not doing it right now. Padding left. Okay, the reason is, I would want some space in here, okay, between these two, and I'll need some padding in here as well. So let's go to our, not the HTML blade, but in here. Okay, and so we are here, and where is the metadata? Yeah, margin bottom 20. Okay, and let's have this as class padding left 10, and now let's see. That's strange. This is getting compiled. Is it getting cached? Hit cache clear. No, it is not. So we have metadata. I think what has happened is just taking the past event. Yes, so this is updated. I need to change in the upper for loop as well. So here we will add padding and this margin. So margin bottom was 20 and this was padding left 10. So it does remember. So I'm very impressed with these new features in PHP Storm. They are small things, but they really increase your productivity speed. It remembered my last class, and so it automatically detected it and showed me small changes, but yeah, it does make a big difference. All right, so with this done, I think we are pretty much done with the listing of our events. Right, so why don't we do one thing then, because this is done pretty quickly. We will write some basic tests for this so that we are sure that whatever we are developing is well tested. So I'll create what is it, PHP artisan make test. Oh, before I do that, I need to set up my PHP unit.xml. Okay, in here what I am going to do is I'll say that the DB connection environment key will be SQLite. Okay, so if you see in our environment variables, right, we have been using MySQL in the application, but during the testing we don't want to hit our MySQL database, so we'll use SQLite, and the DB name that we are going to use is going to be memory. So it's a special keyword which tells PHP unit that we are going to use the memory instead of a file. So what happens is every execution is even more faster. So we have set it up. Now let's see what are the test cases, which I can think of only one test case right now, which is just a second. So we'll have event slash event test. Okay. um, yeah, so the only test case which I can think of right now is to check that whatever event is created, the title is visible, and in general the page has a status. So first thing, we should always use database migrations in the test case, so that the SQLite is executed, and before every test the database migrations are done. Okay, and we have a fresh database to start with. So our first test, a user can see list of events. Okay, simple enough. So what we do is we do a factory event class, we create that. Okay, and then we do this get route events. Okay, we name the route as events, and then we do assert status as 200, assert see text. Okay, we see the event, we should see the event title. So that's done, and also let's do assert see text $event description. Okay, so if I hit PHP unit, oh, by the way, so PU is basically what you can do is vendor bin PHP unit, and that should give the same result. Okay, so yeah, if you see, this is the title. Now let's say I say check my event, then it will fail because it doesn't see the title is basically this faker has created, but it doesn't show that. So our test is working and we are getting a green. Why don't we quickly also do um, what was that, standard equals bsr2 in the app folder, and we are good. So we can now commit this entire thing, and we have the events listing page ready with our basic test. And in the next video we will look at how to create the individual events page. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. If you like the video, do click on the thumbs up icon and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.